like if you wanted to put on like a show or like a play or something,
Hmm.
cool. I like say you wanted to do like Wicked. I think you're gonna have to like put in a lot of paperwork or something. I don't know, not like a lot of paperwork, but like email or somebody, the person who wrote it and produced it and stuff to get permission to actually put it on.
Right.
Because then
Right.
if you go like, oh, Crystal presents Wicked, and it's the same thing that's on like Broadway, they're like somebody's gonna come after
You're gonna
you.
get a mean lawsuit.
Right.
What if you're like small potatoes, small fries, and like no traction?
Huh?
What if you're too small for them to care?
No, they're gonna care no matter what. Like one of my friends, he does produce plays or whatever, and a lot of the plays are plays that already been done.
Hmm.
So he has the means, the way to contact them and be like, "Hey,
Hmm.
can I put on a rendition of your show or something?"
Hmm. Nice.
So,
Hmm. Interesting.
I think a lot
and
of it
my,
also is if you're
uh
acting as if it's your own, you're not giving the proper credit.
yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah, like you got to do that. Like my school put on a rendition of Romeo and Juliet, but everybody was like, it was almost like street punk style in a way.
hmm.
Like everybody was wearing leather and black and things like that and whatever. And they were sword fighting and stuff. So,
I've seen that. That's cool.
but
Oh
it's not like, Instagram where everybody, steals from the black community and stuff.
my God. Yeah, I was just reading a story about that. There's this girl, she made this thing called what was it called? What's the name of it? Cloudland or something, and she's autistic and
Mhm.
like she has like all these colorful braids, colorful style, very like Lisa Frank with all the rainbows and colors. And
Mhm.
Lisa Frank, oh my gosh.
her, it broke my heart. She said Lisa Frank and LOL like stole her stuff. They literally like they kicked the I guess the I guess they reached out to her landlord and she got kicked out of her apartment. The landlord wouldn't accept her rent anymore because her apartment was so beautiful. And then they ended up doing a pop-up shop. And I think they made her apartment the pop-up shop without even,
Wow.
instead of just saying, hey, we like can you make one for us? Or can you know what I mean? Instead of doing that, they just like literally like did that to her. And I'm just like, this is why I refuse to be talented without God because that would be so frustrating to me. I would have to be like, you can't
Mhm.
protect your stuff. Like you have a gift, you have a talent, you go through all this stuff and you're not protected. Something's going to come along and just
Mhm.
like as a demon to take away all of your stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, no.
That's crazy.
I
Wow.
don't understand why, like, these big name companies or whatever they're called stealing stuff. Don't you have
Because
creative
black
directors?
people are popping. They are it. And they know that they can get away with it. And, and it sucks because we don't support each other. Like we support every other community. If it's like we'll say we want to support us and we'll think deep down we'll think, oh, it's not really good, it's not good enough. Like when I was talking to my cousins who
Hmm.
do he's a runway model,
Hmm.
he has experience. I mentioned to him about building up from the community and doing all this events and stuff. He's like, oh, you want to do it there at Rochdale? Oh, that's so ghetto. Duh, duh, duh. I'm like, what? Why?
Mm.
Why you gotta be ghetto on it? Because black people live here. Like it's not a
Crystal, is
project.
there is there is there a Rosedale in Queens?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Oh,
Rochdale
so
and
a
then
Rosedale and a
Rosedale.
Rochdale.
I know. It used
Yeah.
to
Got
confuse
it.
me
Okay.
bad. I was like so confused. I'm like, what is this?
Got it. Okay.
Where do you live,
Um,
Nicole?
I'm up in the Bronx.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
forward. Do you guys want this information? I have like stuff on. I had Heidi do tips on how to like do crowdfunding and stuff. Do you mind if I send it to you, Nikki? Because like I don't know. You have a chance to take
I
a
don't
look at it.
mind.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna
I don't
send
mind. It's fine.
I'm gonna send it to the group in the WhatsApp. Let me see. Where is it? The heck? Oh, ooh. Okay, there we go.
It's funny too, because you would think that you definitely, if people were doing stuff in Queens, then like I honestly believe with the right support and just keep going at it, it'll happen. Because
Oh,
one of my
absolutely.
friends, she wanted to do poetry. She started her poetry company, but she was doing it here out in Queens for the sole purpose of the fact that everybody keeps going to like Brooklyn or the city and stuff. And it was working, but when she needed a venue or things like that, the people who owned the venue was charging her a lot of money. And that's where things get a little complicated too, because a lot of the places out here are owned by people who've lived in Queens for like years and years. So they get a little greedy, you know.
That's why I'm going to write a letter, an email to the Rochdale Community Center here to let them know, like, hey, we're doing a lot of things that give back to the community. Can you let us use your space for free? And I had a long conversation with them. Basically, like, for example, April 29th, that will be a good day to like just come out and have a cosplay meetup because everyone's already out here. So technically it's like it's already a permit, it's already open space, and you can just come out and hang out in the grass and have a nice day, you know?
Mhm. That's a good thing.
It's a great thing. And there's like a little cherry, like a Rochdale cherry blossom area over here, and it's gorgeous right now. And I want to like
Uh-huh.
do something before before the leaves fall, you know?
Right.
So it's like strike while the iron's hot. I'm looking for, where is it? I have the list of all the leads that I need to give to them right now. I feel so proud of myself. I feel like I'm accomplishing stuff. Like, I feel like I'm not sitting here telling myself, it's so hard. It's so hard. Like, I feel like if I don't tell myself that, I don't even
Mhm.
feel, wait, what is this? Crystal Manga invoice. What's the invoice? Invoice for what?
Oh, I like this. Blurb.com has a way to make a Kickstarter campaign. Crowdfund your book with Blurb and Kickstarter.
Oh.
So wait, who was this guy you said he's a supermodel? I mean, a runway model?
Oh, my cousin. Yeah, so it's like, everyone's dealing with their own form of imposter syndrome and this, having all these ideas and things to like just, I call it like mental fuzz because it's like, do you realize what the information that you have been given is based on, like, from the 1900s? Like, business and entrepreneurship were different then. We live in the age now, which has not been updated, to take advantage of a push of a button, a click of a cell phone. Not even, you hold the cell phone up to your face and you log into like access to everything in 5.2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you don't understand. Like, all you have to do is just write down a schedule of, okay, boom, 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 boom. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a
Yeah.
different, the level of thinking is not meeting what, because we're just on there mindlessly scrolling. So if people were to actually be like, hey, you know what? I
Mhm.
can, if somebody's life depended on it and they were like, this is a lifeline, are you kidding me?
Mhm.
Like, the fact that a cell phone, when they launch someone to the moon, if it's actually real, right? When they launch someone to the moon, they didn't even have that type of technology. The girl was calculating that in her head, like doing the calculations from like hidden figures, right? So I'm just like,
You're
do you
basically
realize
you're basically saying because we can, like, for instance, like, utilize social media
we
to.
have the power in our hands? We can literally reach out to anybody in the entire world through email, through text,
Mhm.
through a post. They can see you. They can, you know what I mean? Like LinkedIn, whatever. Like you have the power. Like there's nothing stopping us, but we don't realize the what we have. So we just keep saying the same things that we're taught to say, that we grew up saying. This is so hard. Oh, da, da, da. And then, the older generation is looking at y'all like, I had to walk like 20 miles or 100 miles just to get to school. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like, I get what you're saying because we have it a lot easier now, and I think it's just like I've known from my experience, it comes to there is, you create that fear. Like sometimes you do or whatever, but if when you want to get something done, you have to just push through that. And, I've told myself, well, you have to ask yourself sometimes, you're like, what do I have to lose if I reach out to somebody, you know, and ask them like, hey, would you like to work with me or something like that? And I've done that plenty of times, before. Like I've done that plenty of times before. It's not hard. It's not. It's just one of those things where you have to just build the courage and just do it because you never know what the outcome will be, and you never know who you're meeting because that could be like your next job or something.